by Terry Taylor, moving out against Nature Boy Stanley Lane. Lane in the lavender trunks, the yellow wrestling shoes. Terry Taylor in the black. Good reversal by Lane. And he is a consummate wrestler. There's no question about that. Taylor up and over behind his man. Good heel block and takedown. Drop toe hold by Lane. Lane with a ride now. Taylor trying to escape. Taylor trying to sit out and get away from this. And manages to get back to his feet. So, some outstanding wrestling on the part of both of these men. Obviously, both of them in the peak of physical condition. Lane trying to escape from that side headlock. Good not. Now Steve Kern makes the tag. Kern with a hip lock takedown on Nature Boy Stanley Lane. Kern, of course, has some very, very special feelings regarding the United States. Dad, now retired colonel with the United States Air Force. Flew bombers in World War II, was shot down over Germany, spent a year in a prisoner of war camp. On his 7th mission in Vietnam, flying a fighter aircraft, Colonel Kern was hit with a missile and spent 7.5 years in a POW camp in North Vietnam. So Steve has tremendous heritage here in the United States. Good reversal by Kern. The high hip toss on Fulton. Catches him again. Fulton in the red trunks. From Marion, Ohio. 1, 2. And it is Terry Taylor catching Fulton. Fulton that time tried to drop down. Taylor rolled him in very neatly. Almost had the pinning combination there. Marion, Ohio, the home of Stu Shovel. Now it's Nature Boy Stanley Lane moving out once again. That beautiful move by Lane in behind his man, a Russian leg sweep. Takes Taylor down and has him stunned, and Lane may have a pinfall here. No, sir. Taylor powered out, but we're seeing some tremendous competitors here. Again, the tag is made. Charlie Fulton. Catching him on the side of the cage, coming on now the back of the elbow. Fulton brings Taylor up. Backbreaker. Again, Taylor powering out before the count of 3. Driving that knee into the head of Terry Taylor, and then a mule kick to the midsection. Double underhook. Beautiful move on Taylor, and Taylor again managing to squirm away from a possible pinning combination, driven into the knee of Charlie Fulton. Fulton again moves into the ring. On the ropes, caught him with the back of the elbow. Lateral press. And Taylor would do well to get over and tag up, and that's exactly what he has in mind. He was reaching out for Steve Kern. Full slam again on Taylor. Fulton comes down. Taylor rolls out of the way, makes the tag with Steve Kern. Steve Kern moves in, and Kern wasting no time whatsoever, smashing Fulton into that turnbuckle. It is Kern, arm whipping into the far turnbuckle. Fulton in trouble now. Steve Kern continues to move very aggressively. Off the ropes, a high backdrop by Kern. And Kern slaps the sleeper on him. Kern has the sleeper hold. Steve Kern clamps down with the sleeper hold, and Fulton has to be going to Nodsville now. The blood supply being cut off through the brain. And so Steve...
Sure to cut that hair off.
Good point by Scott Casey there. That subtle little move again.
That's
you don't.
right.
You can look at it, but you don't feel it.
That's absolutely right. Unless you're in there, unless you've had it put on you, you never know.
How many people have sat and watched the match and said, well, why doesn't this guy do that? Or why doesn't that guy do that? Well, that guy's been up there getting beat up for 11 minutes. He's tired.
You're absolutely right, Larry.
Savage. A lot of strength right there by Randy Savage. Body slam on big Jason Reeves. Savage up on the second rope. Whoa, look out below. Diving elbow smash by Randy Savage. The referee indicating it was on the throat, not into the windpipe.
Now, you know, to me, Larry, that's uncalled for. He had the man beat, then he picks him up off the mat. I mean, I'm a competitor, he's a competitor, and I think some of them have a sadistic tendency, and I believe this Randy Savage has that because he had the man down, and then he picks him up just to punish him some more. And to me, that's wrong, but that's pro wrestling. That's the way it goes.
I agree with you. It's one of those things like any other sport or any other business. There's some things you don't necessarily like or you don't agree with, but you got to live with them. You knew it when you got in.
And like you said before, he is a controversial type of wrestler. He calls himself the Macho Man. I'm not so sure about that, but I'd like to see if he could do that with Tiger Conway Jr. I don't think he could.
Or with you?
Well, I hope not.
I guess in talking with Scott Casey, I can feel safe that at this point, Scott Casey's open to any and all comers. Eddie Mansfield's a name that comes to mind rather rapidly.
Yes, every time I meet up with Eddie Mansfield, I've wrestled him across the world, and there's no love lost between the two of us. And like you say back home, I'd love to stomp a mud hole in him, and maybe I will before it's over.
Another name that comes to mind, who's just starting to make his mark in the St. Louis area, one of the fabulous Freebirds, Big Terry Gordy. I know you've seen him a lot.
I've seen Terry a lot. I've never wrestled a man. I know he's about 270 pounds, and I'd love to take him on.
Randy Savage dropping an elbow into Jason Reeves. Reeves had some things going his way at the start, but now it's kind of turned sour for Jason.
Yep. Big elbow, and he picks him up again. You know, Randy Savage, it kind of reminds me of that Charlie Manson. He's got that same kind of look in his eye, and it even looks a little bit like him.
You know, I see that happen. I saw it happen during the reign of Sam Muchnick as promoter, and sometimes I wonder if the guy thinks he's trying to make an impression on the promoter. He's not.
No,
he's not.
He's just a vicious man, and maybe this is the way he takes his anger out. But like I said, wait a minute.
Look out.
Pile driver.
Look out,
If he lifts those legs up, he's bouncing with him now.
What a pile driver. Wow. Randy Savage covers Jason Reeves with a pile driver. That was a devastating pile driver.
It looked like he shortened his height by about 2 inches then.
I mean, they are going at it one-on-one. Has Sylvia backing away. Bruno is running around the ring like a chicken with his head cut off.
Maybe this was a wrestling match. I didn't see a sign on the marquee that said barroom brawl. What do you call that? This is supposed to be a wrestling match. Jimmy Gold's a professional wrestler. He's not a barroom brawler. He's not a backshooter like his Jerry Stubbs.
Well, down on the floor right now, Stubbs still has Golden. Hard right again. Rocks Golden up beside the ring.
Why ain't the referee doing something about this, huh?
And,
he's worthless, that's what. He's worthless. You're worthless. Stubbs is worthless. Everybody's worthless.
What happened to your cowboy hat? Did it try to swallow you up or what?
I put it in the back. It don't belong to me. It belongs to the Tennessee stud. And look, who's got the advantage now, Charlie Platt? Let me explain something to you. I asked Robert and Jimmy and Brian Lee to do me one favor. After they put Stubbs and the Southern boys out of wrestling permanently, I want to stand in the middle of this ring and burn them Confederate flags in front of all these idiot rebels because I want to see them cry, just like Stubbs is doing right now, crying. He came a day late and $1 short.
But you're about the size of a flag.
Oh, I think you made that statement once before. It wasn't funny the first time, and it ain't funny now.
I guarantee you, in Montgomery, Alabama, if you try to burn one of those flags, Stubbs thrown out on the... Sylvia has that stick pounding away at Stubbs. And it's Jimmy Golden to Stubbs head first. Head first. Right down here on our broadcast desk. Now Jimmy Golden He's got the stick. Sylvia goes what appears to be into the throat from our vantage point. And these two are just taking this one. Most of it's been out on the floor. But there is a score to be settled for Jerry Stubbs, I guarantee you that.
Hey, Charlie, the day they was handing out brains, I guess those Stubbs thought they said trains. That's for a real slow one, because the day he decided to mess around with the Stubbs stable, when he got primetime Brian Lee, the Tennessee stud Robert Fuller, the gorgeous Miss Sylvia, gorgeous Jimmy Golden, and the living legend of professional wrestling, Downtown Bruno, mad at him. He made the biggest mistake of his life, and Jimmy Golden has proven it right here.
Well, there you hear Bruno's comments. Now, there's one way that guy could make some money.
What?
There's one way you can make money.
How?
Give your secret away and you'll put Richard Simmons out of the deal of mill business, I guarantee you. Right now in the ring, there's one thing that Bruno's not short of, and that's vocal cords. We got to hand him.
The comedian's out of work, and you're trying to be one of them.
Good do that by Golden, put Stubbs back down to the canvas. 2 count, Eddie Powers out. Going for the pin again, 2 count. And Stubbs brings that right shoulder up. 2 count again by ring official Larry Brock. And the shoulder comes up.
That's the way. That's the way.
And it's Golden.
Charlie was choking him, man. I told you this is a wrestling match.
I think that's great.
You think it's great?
Yeah, I think it's great. I wish he'd choke
Like
you.
athlete's foot, too.
I wish he'd choke you. Stubbs caught in the head with that stick by Sylvia. I tell you what, this is a brawl going on here. Jimmy Golden actually going for a wrestling move, the abdominal stretch. And I don't know how much help it is, but he's trying to get leverage from Downtown Bruno. That would kind of like be opening a parachute and finding out you had an anvil instead, maybe. Stubbs breaks the stretch. Fires away with a right to Jimmy Golden. Back and forth, they're going at it. What a brawl this has turned into. Golden goes down in the center of the ring. It's time to settle the score for Jerry Stubbs. He blocks it and goes for the leg. Now, Stubbs going into a figure 4 leg lock. Stubbs has a figure 4 cinched in on gorgeous Jimmy Golden. Here comes Brian Lee. Here comes Brian Lee.
That's called unity. That's called teamwork. That's what the Stubbs stable's all about.
Taking care of him.
Hey.
In comes Tracy Smothers, who has Golden. Now it's 2-on-2. We have an even again. Lee being caught. Tracy Smothers on top of Lee. Here comes Robert Fuller in the ring now, diving for the leg of Tracy Smothers. And they're pounding away at each other. Here comes Steve Armstrong. Now we've got all 6 in the ring at this. Sylvia says double team nothing. I tell you what. Wait a minute, they're squaring off with chains and belts over there. They've got belts, bull ropes, chains, and straps. Bill with the chain into the head of Brian Lee. They're running him back to the